Hello YouTube, welcome back to another episode of the prep series. So in today's episode, if you want to call it, we will be basically running through a Q&A. But how I'm going to do it today is I'm not just going to answer them all at once. I'm just going to feed them through throughout the vlog when they sort of come up in relevant times to what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So the first question I actually got was, how long does it take you to get ready on a morning? Which seems pretty relevant as it is morning. It is 8 o'clock on Saturday the 25th of April. And my answer to that is like 10 minutes. I mean, to be honest, today I've actually made some effort, but usually, as you could tell, I'm not really a makeup or sort of hair person or fashion person. I literally jump in the shower, put on some clothes, usually just a hoodie, leggings or trackies, and just a bit of makeup, do my hair, so like 10 minutes. That's it. I don't have any sort of cool skin or makeup routines that I can show you at all, because I'm not that kind of person at all. It's like today I need to order some makeup because I've literally run out of everything, just because I like to make myself feel a little bit better putting a little bit on here and there, and I need to do it online, and I don't even know, like I usually just pick up whatever sort of on offer in Superdrug, and now I need to go, and when you've literally got a full website of like everything, I'm a bit like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it is all good. So as always, thank you for tuning in. Please like the video and subscribe if you are new, and let's get on with this goddamn video. So while I'm here, let's do a quick prep update and answer one of your questions in the meanwhile as well. So pictures from this week up here, again, zero changes. We're sort of on the right tracks again. Everything sort of just felt the same this week, in that I've just, you know, had a steady drop, and yeah, there's nothing again really to report. It's pretty boring at the moment. Everything's just staying the same in terms of expenditure, calories and all that jazz. So yeah, nothing much to report on that front. However, there is something to report in terms of one of the questions you have asked, which is, well, it was, are you still on prep? And I was like, oh, yes, I'm still on prep. But I thought I would update you in that I have made the jump to actually register for the show that I want to do. So yeah, you can see there, bam, all done, registered for that show now, which means we now have a focus, which means I think as of today or tomorrow we are bang on 21 weeks out, and I decided to register. I know it might not go ahead, but obviously you'll be able to get refunded and stuff, which is fine, to actually now have that tunnel vision focus of this is the set date that I am competing on, and I can really sort of focus and work on that day. Not that my motivation has dropped, but if it ever does, having that set date will help for sure. So there we go, guys. That is the first show booked, confirmed, bam, it's done. So if you do want to come and support me at that, you can get tickets for the expo, and you can go around and get all the free samples there as well. So yes, to answer that question, yes, I'm still on prep, and we are 21 weeks out, kids. That's exciting, and it's also scary. It's also ages, but yeah. See you when I answer another question for you. What is up? Okay, so I thought I'd get the camera out now, just because I have got a delivery, which is pretty much every day now in lockdown, because I'm just spending my life online shopping. Don't know about any of you guys, but this is an exciting one. Now this is a prize that I won. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because it says it's fragile, and I don't think anything else about it's fragile. So here we go. I am so excited. So live unboxing. Got a cute little message from them. Hi Lucy, congratulations on winning. Thanks for your order. Keeping well. Enjoy. I will. So here we go. Oh my god. So basically what we've got is flavoured peanut butters from Grind Nuts. I'll leave their tag here. So what we've got here, chocolate mini egg peanut butter, funfetti almond butter, and this is the one. So it's a Biscoff flavoured, white chocolate Biscoff flavoured peanut butter. Oh, I just want to try them all. Like, if I wasn't on prep right now and dieting, I would literally just sit with a spoon and eat all these right now. Oh my god, just got a little poster with them. Oh my gosh, I will be doing taste tests of these for you guys I might do some on here, but I will definitely be doing them on my Instagram. I'll leave my tag there, so give that a follow, and I'll be giving you a full review of these. Oh my god, white chocolate Biscoff and peanut butter. Like, what more could you want? I'm just, oh my god, which one do I try first? For God's sake, oh my god. Nearly dropped it. I was gonna say it's nearly like Christmas, that would have been horrendous, wouldn't it? Oh, I love my life right now. That was such a fail, wasn't it? Oh well, right, see you in the next clip. Okay, so we're back first to answer some more questions. So the next one I got was basically, can you give me some suggestions for shoulder mobility exercises, some exercises to help with sort of easing off my hips when I'm squatting. Now with that, that's going to be quite an in-depth video, as there's a lot you can do. So for that, I'm probably going to DM you with the individual some ideas. If people want to see sort of a video more in depth about stretching mobility, let me know and I will do something a bit more in depth, because otherwise this is just going to elongate the vlog for like 10 years. So yes, I will answer that. I will send you a DM personally, and also I will, if you want, people want, I will do a full video on that as well. The next one was, who is your biggest inspiration? Now that for me is super goddamn easy, and that is a lady called Becca Smith, or Bexfit, she's known as Instagram. I'll leave her Instagram up there. Now, if you didn't already know, Becca was my first ever personal trainer and coach. So I got with Becca when I first started my fitness journey, so a few years ago now. When I was in the gym, I was out of shape, didn't know what to do, felt really lost, and I noticed that she basically had come from an eating disorder background as well, which I had come from, and I was still battling with issues with it. So I decided to go with her initially, just basically to lose my body fat, and with that I fell in love with the process of fitness and bodybuilding and fueling, you know, the process of fueling your body, eating to grow, eating to fuel your body. She basically got me out of all of my bad habits with food, all of my bad relationships and issues with food, and got me into a place where I'm actually can now confidently say I am happy with my body. I'm not hating it, I'm not obsessed with scale weight, I'm not obsessed with food and calories and tracking. And because she's made me fall in love with it, I am now doing what I'm doing. You know, I'm on YouTube doing fitness, I am competing in a bodybuilding show, I'm a personal trainer coach, that's my job. So I owe everything to her, and because she's basically motivated me to do that, and she's come from a similar background, you know, with the eating disorder history, and that's what she's done as a career. So yeah, she's my biggest inspiration. Also because she's also currently battling cancer. If you go follow her on Instagram, she's basically posting sort of little updates about it and how positive she is in the situation. Like for her right now, it's probably one of the most horrific and awful situations, and she has every right to, you know, be miserable and moan, but everything she posts is so positive, and she's still, despite everything, being a little ray of sunshine in my life and other people's lives. And for that, she should be everyone's motivation and inspiration. So sorry to get cheesy, but yeah, Becca, I love you. Thank you for everything you've done, and you will and always will continue to be my biggest inspiration and motivation. And I am so goddamn grateful for everything you've done and to get me here now. And another question, so stop with the cheese because it's a bit much for me. Can you show me some more resistance bands exercises for shoulders and back, specifically rows? Yes I will. So if you actually go into my previous video, I did a little bit of a shoulder workout on there just using the resistance bands, and I'm now going to take you through a resistance bands workout which I have just filmed for back. So there's a lot of row variations in there, and chest as well. So I'm going to do a little voiceover of that now, so hope this gives you some inspiration for yourself and anyone else who wants a back or chest workout just using resistance bands. So yeah, give some of these exercises a go and let me know your thoughts, and I will see you at some more questions, kids. Hello, testing. Okay, so I thought I'd do a voiceover this week of the banded workout. So today I'm showing you a back and chest. So we started on a pull down, single arm pull down. So what we're thinking about here is really driving the elbow in towards the hip, pulling from the elbow and in towards the hip to really initiate and engage the lats. Really good movement is this one. You can get a really good squeeze and mind muscle connection on this one. Okay, so moving on to a single arm row variation. So what you can see is we've doubled up the bands, put those in the bottom of the door this time rather than the top. The addition of the chair basically helps to create stability, so you're using less momentum inertia from movement of the body. Again, so you can really pull that weight from the lats. Again, driving from the elbow in towards the hip. You can get a really, really good contraction here. Doubling up the bands makes it pretty damn difficult as well. Okay, so now what we've done is we've moved the door stopper into just below where the catch is in the door. You've looped the band around and attached D-handles to both sides. And what you'll then do is get a chair, and then you can basically perform a seated row. So when you're positioning the chair, do it so that you can already feel a stretch position when you start. As you can see here, I did a normal neutral grip and then moved on to single arm. So you can really work on that single arm variation there as well. And then you'll see that I move on to sort of a wider pull, and that's going to really initiate the upper back rather than the lats. So here you can see I'm initiating the upper back, so the rear delts, the rhomboids. This is a really, really good movement again. So you can really focus on contracting the back, not creating any movement from the body, again, via momentum. Okay, so now moving on to a cuffed pull down or pull in. So as you can see, I'm attaching the cuffs to my forearms here. You want them closer to your hand rather than your shoulder. The higher up the arm it goes, the less force it's going to create from the lats, which is what we're wanting. And that's why I'm using this rather than attaching the D handles, because this allows me to focus on pulling and contracting from the lat rather than just forcing it and yanking the D handle down. So as you can see, like a normal pull down, I'm keeping my arm pretty straight, pulling that in. And as we get close to the body, slight bend of the elbow and pull it in almost like a row. This is really, really good for creating an isolation of the lats. Give this one a go, guys. Absolutely awesome. So think about pulling it in, keeping the arm straight, and as you get down, turning it almost into a row variation there. You could do this chest supported as well to create a more stable fixed position, and you could also do it dual-handed as well, so both hands. I did it standing to work on some unilateral single arm work, and also by having to stand up and keep that fixed position requires a lot of core stability, so also helps to work and engage the core muscles there as well. So here we have basically resistor bands pull aparts, which is kind of a variation on a reverse pec deck. By being seated, it just creates more stability, which allows you to really focus on initiating the rear delts rather than using any momentum from the body to move the resistance bands from A to B, basically. So moving on to a chest press variation. So what you want to do is position it so that the band's sort of in line with your chest. So I found this works best sort of where the latch is in the door. And from there, taking a few steps forward to create the tension, attaching the D handles, and then pressing those bands up and out in together. So when you're reaching that position where they are nearly contracted, bringing the hands in ever so slightly, and this will help to create a really good contraction of the chest muscles. Okay, so here we have a reverse chest glide. The reason it's reversed is that normally the hardest part of a chest glide is to bring the weights in together. The hardest part here is actually moving the arm outwards. So what you want to do is lie yourself on the floor or on a mat for a bit more comfort. I just laid on the concrete floor. Attach the resistance band by the door stopper to the bottom of the door and simply pull the band away, keeping it in line with your chest, and then controlled in on your way back out. So really pulling it to force it out and then bringing it in on your slow and controlled on your way back in. It's just a really difficult movement, and you'll really, really feel this in your chest, guys. Lying down is really good for the stability aspect as well, so you can focus on just contracting the chest muscles. And yeah. And just finishing up on a low fly. So basically it's just standing on your resistance bands, attaching the D handles, and then pulling those bands up and in, meeting at the chest. Simple as that, and this is a really, really easy one to finish on and burn out the chest muscles there. So thanks for listening, and hope you've enjoyed this workout, guys. So we start to go train having the pre-workout, Reignite, Get Man From Inside. They're basically their own brand. Probably the best pre-workout, one of the best pre-workouts I've ever tried, but I did rant about this in my last video, so let's not talk about pre-workout. Let's talk about one of your questions. So you asked me, can you build new muscle at home just from home workouts? And ultimately it really does depend. So without going off into a huge massive explanation, let's just go into the fundamentals of how to build new muscle. Basically, to challenge a muscle, to grow a muscle, you need to challenge that, and to challenge the muscle you need to do what is basically called progressive overload. Now that usually in the gym comes in the form of adding a couple more reps. So if you say you're doing a 60 kilogram squat, for example, and you do 8 reps and then you do 10 reps, that's progressive overload. If next week you then go to 65 kilos for 8 reps, that's progressive overload. So it's finding new ways to challenge the muscle. That basically breaks down muscle, and when it breaks down, it then regrows and repairs, and that's what builds muscle. in the sort of most simple way of explaining that. So at home, depending on what you've got, obviously, if you have got access to loads and loads of weights, then yeah, you can do that. But the reality is most of us don't. So how can we build new muscle at home? For example, if you are pretty damn new to your fitness journey and you are new to all of this and you haven't really started lifting heavy and you are still learning to connect with your muscle with things such as resistance bands and light weights, and having some pretty decent home workout programming, so including things such as isometric holds, which is basically, say you're doing a lateral raise, just that, so holding it in that position, slowing down tempos instead of just going up and down, really slow on your way up and really slow on your way down. Loads of different things like that, which is going to be a different challenge to your muscle. So it's not adding new weight, it's not adding more reps, but it's providing a different challenge that for sure could build new muscle. Again, it will depend on you as an individual, how hard you're pushing yourself. So if you're just doing it nice and slow and steady, but it's still too light and you're not really feeling anything from it, you're not doing that at all. But if you are feeling by the end of it, Jesus Christ, the same way you would be, doing your 60 kilogram squat, then yeah, there is the potential there to build new muscle, but obviously it will be very individual dependent. How hard you are applying the intensity at home and other variables such as caloric intake. So if you are dieting, and you won't be able to build any new muscle, which is another topic I'm going to come on to now actually as well. But yeah, you still need to be eating, a decent amount of protein. You still need to probably be eating in a mild surplus. So can you build new muscle at home? Yeah, it really does depend, but yes, it is possible. You just need to make sure that your home workout programming is on point. And if you feel like your home workout is all just sort of star jumps and burpees and crunches, if you've gone from resistance training to that, then no, you still need to be challenging individual muscle groups the same way you would in the gym. And if that's something you're struggling with, please just drop me a message and I will see if I can help you out with that, because that is what I'm doing with all my girls who are wanting to build muscle. We have not gone into home workouts with star jumps and burpees and spotty dogs. We have found ways to challenge the muscle using resistance bands, using light weights, and to be honest, just using body weight and things we have at home. It is possible, but you just got to know how, basically. Yeah, so that I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm going to come on to my final questions. Okay guys, so I thought I would end the video on just a little bit of a product review of some new things that I've got with all this online delivery life, and answer the final questions. So if you remember earlier on in the video, I got those nut butters delivery, so it is the next day now. I have actually tried a couple of these now. So I would have done a live taste test for you, but I was in my pajamas and looked like an absolute, you don't know what. So I will try and do a live taste test of the one that I haven't tried yet, but I can give you a very retrospective perspective. Oh, whatever. Anyway, so let's start with the chocolate mini egg peanut butter, which is this one here. Now, what I'm going to say about all these nut butters is they are very different to what you would get in a supermarket. And honestly, my first thought when I tried it was, I don't like them. I genuinely do not like these. But that's because I was expecting that sweeter taste of a peanut butter, which you get from Pippa Nut and Meridian in your supermarkets. These have a very, very, very pure nutty taste. So it's a bit more bitter, if that makes sense. But you can tell that it's more natural. And as I've got used to that and sort of mentally got my head around that, I actually seriously like these. So this one is the chocolate mini egg peanut butter, limited edition this one. So if you did go on the website, I'm not actually sure if you'll be able to get hold of this one again. But yeah, so what are my thoughts on this one? I would probably give this a 6 out of 10. If you can see inside there, so as you can see, there's like little bits of like mini Easter eggs, but they are vegan Easter chocolate, so it's not quite as good. Can't really see there, but they are nice. It's like a little Smartie. It's probably the way I can describe it. It's nice, but it's not something that I thought, wow. But the little bits of chocolate are a lovely addition, I will not lie. But we move on to the caramel biscuit flavour, which is basically like a Biscoff flavoured one. So this one has got, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, actual little crumbled up bits of biscuit in there, like the little Biscoff biscuits. And those little bits of Biscoff, oh my god, they are unreal. Absolutely unreal. Like they're only little small bits and you'll just be there eating your oats and then you'll get a little bit of a crumble of that biscuit. And if you like Biscoff, it's for you, but I do just want to not pre-warn you, that's the wrong word, that it's not the same taste as if you were going to have like Biscoff spread. It's not that sweet. It is more bitter, more nutty, but if you sort of like that and you like peanuts and you like Biscoff, I would give this one a recommend. This one is probably, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10, which for me is pretty decent. And I'm still yet to try the almond butter one, which smells unreal. So I've got high expectations for that one. But yeah, I'll leave the tag of where you can get those down there from. Like I've said, don't be expecting like a pepper nut flavour of peanut butter with these additional flavours in. It is more nutty, more natural sort of tasting, but it's different and I do like it. I really do. But yeah, let's move on to the final question. Actually, no. One question, one review, final question. So this one was, if I eat in a calorie surplus, my mistake, at home, doing my home workouts, will I just gain fat? Now, this sort of leads back on to one of the old questions of, can I build muscle? So let's say, for example, you are training in a manner like we discussed in the previous question. So you are finding ways to challenge your muscle, progressively overload via isometric hold, which is the holding of the muscle, slowing down your tempo, or overloading with weight if you have access to that. Will you just gain fat? No, because you are needing to feed the muscle. The muscle is needing to repair itself from the damage caused from the training. So that extra fuel is going to go to your muscle. So ultimately, it's not all just going to store as body fat. It is going to store as muscle. However, if, let's say, you are just doing sort of hip-based workouts and you're not really challenging your muscle anyway, and your home workouts are a bit crap and namby-pamby, the reality is you won't be breaking down muscle tissue, so there's no need to repair it with the calorie surplus and the protein as well. Therefore, I'm not going to say you're going to get fat, but it's going to affect your body composition very differently to if you are challenging the muscle, breaking that down, because where those calories need to go, where that protein needs to go, is going to be very different. It's not going to be essential for that to go to the muscle to repair it, so it may very well start as body fat. Again, that just comes down to making sure your programming is on point. You've got a coach, or your home workout is designed in a way that is designed to build, it's designed to target the muscle groups. It's not just star jumps and all that namby-pamby crap. So make sure that's on point. And if you are concerned as well that your home training, you can't, apply intensity, bring your calories back down to maintenance, and that way you can work on maintaining muscle tissue, but keep protein high. That's the main tip I would suggest for anyone who wants to retain or build muscle. Keep your protein high throughout this lockdown period. So that's the question. Let's do another review. I got another Insight Subs delivery. Just a small one. I am awaiting on payday, and when payday comes, I will do a bigger and better one and do an even bigger and better review for you. But we have just got some more protein, because I love that cinnamon donut protein, don't get me wrong. Absolutely love it, but it's nice to have a different flavour to mix it up. I do have some other PhD diet way, but the macros aren't great. I just wanted to treat myself some protein, because who doesn't love a bit of treating yourself to protein? Living life on the edge. So we went for the Rule 1 red velvet flavour. Heard good things about this one. Really good things, and I thought I'd give it a whirl. I don't know if I'm a big red velvet fan. I can't decide if I like it or not, or love it, or nah, I don't know, but I gave it a whirl and I really like it. It's good in that it's not a stupidly rich chocolate flavour, if you know what I mean. Like when you get like double chocolate, it's very chocolatey, and I do like that, do not get me wrong. It's more of a subtle chocolate because it's that white chocolate flavour, which is nice. I do like the chocolate overload, but from time to time it's a bit much. This sort of is in the middle of that, and it's pretty cool as well because it's red, so it turns everything red, which is pretty groovy. Yeah, I've had this in a couple of things. I've had it in yogurt, in oats, in cream of rice, and yeah, it's decent. I'd probably give it a 8 out of 10 again. Wouldn't rush to get it again. I'm not amazed by it, but it is decent. All the Rule 1 flavours are, nice. They're all really good. It's just that I've not been amazed by it, if that makes sense. But if you like red velvet, I would definitely recommend getting this. So, final question is, have you considered what you will be having for your post-show food? I think that's what it said. Yeah, what are you having post-show for your food? That's what it said. So believe it or not, I've not really thought about it yet, because 1, my calories are still decent, so I'm not really getting hungry, and 2, I'm not someone who gets food focused like that, and I'm not someone who is such a foodie that's like, And I'm not competing to then have a massive post-show binge, and you know, I'm not in it for the, you know, after the show I want to just be able to chill out, and having a huge post-show binge or feast is not something that has ever crossed my mind or occurred. Like, don't get me wrong, well, I want to go out for maybe a meal with my family and just little chill things, like be able to go for, obviously if lockdown's off, go for a Costa and have an almond milk, you know, latte sat there with my dad and just chill, you know, little things like that. That's what I want to do. And without sounding like boring, what I want to be able to do as well is be able to get some of the MTS way from Insight. I've had the cookies and cream flavour, and I've tried another one, I can't remember which, I think it's the mint chocolate chip or something, and they are phenomenal. The taste on your MTS ways, it's absolutely unreal. The problem is the macros aren't great, because whatever they've done, taste wise, it's unreal, but then your macros aren't quite as good. So right now I can't justify them. So post show I want to basically stock up on loads of MTS wear. Exciting, I know. But what I do want to do, I was talking about this with my friend Emma, who think she's competing at the same show. So I do want to go to Hard Rock Cafe in Manchester, whether that's the day of my show or just after, because their food is unreal. The atmosphere of the place is unreal. If you've ever been, you'll know it's just ace, and the cheesecake they do for pudding, banging. And definitely get Temple Donuts back in my life, and that's about it. There's nothing, like, I don't want loads of these custom designed brownies and cakes, and I don't want to get a huge Domino, like, don't even like Domino's. I think Domino's is crap, I honestly do. None of that interests me, like, at all. I just want to be able to just have a bit more flexibility, and also be able to drop having to track everything. So if I want a bit of orange squash while I'm doing my work, I don't have to weigh it out, like, and make a salad, I can just make a salad without having to weigh out every gram of lettuce. Things like that, yeah, that'll be nice, but huge post-show binge. I don't want to call it a binge, because not everyone's doing it as a binge, but the whole thing of, and I don't want anyone to order me food or get me food, I just want to be able to just have a bit of flexibility and freedom and chill. And simple as that, really. So I'm going to leave that video here. Thank you, guys, and I shall see you at the next one. Take care as always. Peace out.